Between the cold soup and a suspiciously supportive stuffed shark, you've realized that Bakugo and Kirishima aren't just treating your cold, they're staging a full scale intervention against your habit of disappearing into your own exhaustion. How does Bakugo handle the 8 hours of sleep mandate when he realizes you're still scrolling through your phone at midnight? Does he actually confiscate your phone? Or does he just loom in the doorway with that danger quiet aura until you're too intimidated to stay awake? The soup had gone cold. That was the first sign something was wrong. Bakugo had made it exactly 17 minutes ago, set it on your nightstand with the kind of forced nonchalance that only he could manage, and you hadn't touched it. He stood in the doorway of your bedroom with his arms crossed, watching you sneeze into a tissue for the fourth time in 2 minutes, jaw tight. That's it, he said flatly. You looked up, eyes watery, nose pink at the tip. I'm fine. You said that yesterday, and I meant it yesterday. You also said it the day before that. He pushed off the door frame and walked over, pressing the back of his hand to your forehead without asking. His palm was warm, always warm, and you leaned into it before catching yourself. His expression didn't change, but something in his eyes shifted. You're running a fever. Again, Wyan. It's just a little one. There's no such thing as a little fever. He pulled his hand back and picked up the bowl of soup, thrusting it toward you. Eat. You took it mostly because arguing with Bakugo while sick felt like a cruel form of punishment. The soup was still warm, somehow, and it tasted like the kind of thing someone made when they were furious at you for being fragile, but loved you too much to say it out loud. The bedroom door swung open, and Kirishima ducked inside, holding a plastic bag from the pharmacy and wearing the expression of a man on a mission. His hair was still damp from where he'd rushed out without fully drying it. Okay, I got everything, he announced, dropping the bag onto the foot of the bed. So I got those throat lozenges that you like, vitamin C packets, and he pulled out a stuffed shark plushie with a sheepish grin. This guy, because I thought he could help. You stared at the shark. Despite everything, something warm curled in your chest. You brought me a stuffed animal. He looked very supportive. Bakugo turned and gave Kirishima a flat look. We talked about practical items. He is practical, emotionally. Kirishima said the shark next to you, with great ceremony. The point is, you have everything you need now. Again. He said that last word lightly, but there was something underneath it. Not anger, not exactly, but something close to exhaustion, mixed with worry. He sat on the edge of the bed and looked at you seriously. This is the third time this month, you know? I know. Well, do you? Bakugo said. He hadn't sat down. He was still standing, soup bowl, abandoned now on the dresser, watching you with that look he got when he was choosing his words more carefully than usual. Because you keep doing the same thing. You forget to eat, you stay up too late, you go out in the cold without a jacket, and then he gestured at you, at the tissues, at the whole sorry scene. This happens. Katsuki. Kirishima put a hand on Bakugo's arm briefly. not to stop him, just to acknowledge him. They'd clearly already talked about this before coming in. That realization settled over you, a little uncomfortably. We're not trying to gang up on you, Kirishima said, softer, and you needed to hear that. Maybe. We're just. He paused, rubbing the back of his neck. We're worried. Like, genuinely. Because every time this happens, we watch you push through it and refuse help, and then crash harder than you would have if you'd just listened to your body in the first place. I don't like being a burden. Both of them went quiet at that. It was Bakugou who moved first. He came and sat on your other side, close enough that his shoulder pressed against yours, and for a moment, he just looked at his own hands. When he spoke again, his voice had dropped. Not softer exactly, but lower, more private. You think taking care of you is a burden. It wasn't quite a question. I think it takes up your time. I want my time taken up, he said. By you. That's the whole point. He finally looked at you, and there was something raw in his expression that he only ever let you see. You not taking care of yourself. That's what's exhausting. Watching you run yourself into the ground and then pretend everything's fine. That's the part I can't stand. Kirishima nodded slowly. It's scary, honestly. I know that sounds dramatic, but it's not. Bakugou said. It's not dramatic. Kirishima agreed. It's just true. When you're sick, yeah, we're here and we'll always be here for it. But we'd rather you not get sick. And you can not get sick. You just don't prioritize it. You look between them. Bakugou was intense in the way he always was, when he cared about something and didn't know how to soften it. Kirishima had that open, earnest look that made it impossible to deflect. Okay, he said quietly. Bakugou blinked. Okay. Okay, I'll try. I'll actually try. He studied you for a moment, like he was deciding whether to believe you or not. And then he exhaled through his nose and grabbed some medicine from Kirishima's pharmacy bag, reading the back of the box with exaggerated focus, which was his way of hiding that he was relieved. You're taking this at 8, he said, and you're sleeping a full 8 hours. And tomorrow, you eat breakfast before 11. And you wear your jacket, Kirishima added. And you wear your jacket, Bakugou confirmed. You two rehearsed this. We discussed priorities, Kirishima said, entirely unashamed. You laughed, a small, tired laugh, and Kirishima beamed like it was the best thing he'd heard all day. He reached over and tugged the stuffed shark more firmly under your arm. Bakugou, very deliberately not making eye contact, reached out and adjusted your blanket so that it covered your shoulders properly. Neither of them said anything for a while, and you finished your soup. Thank you guys for listening. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and goodbye.